For the life of me, oh crikey. But yeah, normally these things I don't really wait until a lot of people come out to start because I rip it straight from Twitch and upload it straight to YouTube. So, without further ado, I want to start off by saying this video is sponsored by VandalThreads. Please go make sure to check them out. VandalThreads.com for your gym and lounge wear needs. Use code Vandal VNDL for 5% off, or use code 375 FREE 75 for free shipping over £75. Today we have a lovely guest with us. Someone who we had to squeeze our way into his schedule. This man's a busy man. This man's a
Yes,
busy
sir.
man. And today we got Mr. TD9 Games, the pretty boy of Twitch.
Jeez.
How you doing, bro?
I'm not too bad, bro. I'm not too bad. We vibing. How you? You good?
Yeah, of course, man. Every day's a good day when you're breathing, right?
True that. Very true.
Cool, man. All right, so we're gonna kick off things with obviously one of the main reasons why I got you on today. You're a personality. I see you on all these I see you on the one dating show that we had.
The
Uh,
one.
well, that's the only one that I've seen you on. That's the only one I've seen you on.
But
Uh,
I done one, so we don't count it.
I'd say, have you done more than that?
I haven't.
You haven't. All right. So,
I haven't.
for those who
So
don't know, for those who don't know, did you want to talk to us a little bit about what happened there? How did you get
so
in? How did you get in with that? 'Cause obviously, the lady who ran it, a big streamer, right?
yeah, the Dan Dangler, she tweeted out looking for people to enter a dating show, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna throw my name into the mix. You never know, like what can happen if you don't shoot your shot, you don't score. So I just comment on her going, I'll be sick if you had someone with an Irish accent on, with like the eyes emoji, not thinking nothing of it, thinking just ignore one of my tweets, nothing will happen. And then she DM'd me going, "Are you serious?" And I was all, "Yeah, sure. Let me know what time and I'll be there."
Keeping
And
it
she sent
cool
me her
though. Keeping it cool at this point.
yeah, and then she sent me her Discord link and all. And at that time, I was like, "Wait, I'm actually going to be on a dating show with a Dan Dangler. But this might have gone. I might have pushed myself too far, right?" But we got through 3 or 4 rounds. We got to like the semi-final, I think it was. At the end.
See, obviously, I was watching it, and you got taken out the one question before the one big question you would have answered in such a beautiful manner.
I mean, I think anyone who follows me on Twitch or Twitter knows that I'm a very I'm not gonna say sexually active. Okay, that's the wrong way to say it. But like, a lot of my conversations are sexual.
You're
I
just not
just not.
afraid. You're not
I,
afraid. You
no,
know.
I said how it is. And the next question after I got put out was a sexual question, and I was like, "Damn, that's me in my
That's
prime right
I
now."
remember I was in the stream
I was
and
like,
three or
I was
four
like,
of us at once. You didn't have to say anything. Three or four of us at once was just like, "This is T's question."
I know, and I was like,
Uh,
I funny. I feel like if I got that question, I would have won it,
well,
but I didn't get
I
that
mean, you
far.
already won being on there. I mean, you won all the hearts of us.
Yes,
But
sir.
getting to that point in your Twitch career,
hmm
you've grown pretty quickly because you only started what last year.
I started at the start of lockdown, the very first lockdown we had. Well, actually, we started at the very start of lockdown. I started like 3 or 4 months on it. I think it was around May time I started.
And
So
was that something that someone recommended to you, or was it you was enjoying games to the stage where you was like, okay, yeah, I've got the personality for this. This see if it works.
well, I didn't think I had the personality to stream, but it's like I was at the start of the lockdown. Like I live by myself, so I was all I don't know what to do. I play games all the time with like Tom and Alexei, the two boys, and then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna record some gameplay and then post it on YouTube. And then I knew Twitch was a thing, but I didn't know too much about it at the time. So I was like, you know what, let me try and live stream for my games a few times, see if anyone will watch or whatever. And just kind of kicked off from there, really. It's not really something that I planned to do. At the start, it was like YouTube videos was at the start of lockdown, a way for me just to like kill time sort of thing.
Of course, yeah.
And then I started streaming, and I was like, you know what, I actually enjoy this. This is what I want to do. I've all like I've had my Twitch account for like 7, 8 years, and I streamed before, but it was like when I moved country.
Sounds
Two
weird to
boys.
say that, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's weird. When I moved country, the two boys I was good friends with, like we were big FIFA players, and like I would stream my FUT Champs games. So my weekend league, I would stream my games to Twitch, and the two boys would just watch it. And those are the only two boys that would watch it. Those are two best friends from back home, and at the time I didn't
Love
really
that
care about
support.
streaming. Yeah, I was just like a way for them boys to watch me because I was like, I was a talented FIFA player. I will put my hands up and say that, but not anymore. I feel like I left the game down for a year too many.
And that's the
I
good
tried
thing
to,
about YouTube, though, because you can capture those moments.
yeah, like when I changed everything over, when people started to find my YouTube years ago, I got like embarrassed and all, and like deleted my footage or deleted all the videos and all.
Oh
But
no.
when I look back now, I'm like, I shouldn't. I should have just private them because it would be good to watch back right now. Because I'll like it would be good to watch back like old FIFA clips and all. I'll be
I mean, it's
like
content in itself, isn't it? Reaction
yeah,
videos.
yeah, and like I don't know if that's the way I want to go right now, but that's what the last couple of YouTube videos have been. But
I mean, a lot of your YouTube videos, obviously, we've been taking quite a decent look into YouTube videos. You've been getting quite a lot of the shorts have been popping off a lot recently. You hear a lot of people talking about, I've got my TikToks ready. I've got my TikToks ready. Oh, that's definitely a TikTok. Oh yeah, TikTok this, TikTok that. But I feel
yeah,
like shorts are like they're way more consistent now. What's your opinion on that?
I feel like the same. I feel like the TikTok, the gaming side of TikTok is over right now. I feel like if anybody else is blown up on TikTok, it's not a gaming video. It's
Okay,
very, very
okay.
rarely see it. I feel like if you want to blow up from gaming on TikTok, it's got to be very initiative. You got to be very like you got to start something. Like clips from streams and all don't do well on TikTok anymore because those like people's already seen like a free piece from Warzone whatever. Whereas YouTube Shorts is just like the next thing. And like the same clip that I posted last week to my TikTok, I posted yesterday to my YouTube Shorts. The TikTok has maybe 500-600 views, whereas the YouTube Shorts nearly has the same amount of likes as the TikTok has
Wow.
views.
And is that something you learned?
It's not like I knew that YouTube Shorts was a thing, and I feel like it's still in the process of building, I guess, because YouTube's trying like I feel like for me, YouTube is the place. Like if any other social media platform comes up, I feel like YouTube trying to incorporate that onto them
Right.
because they want to be the best of everything. Like YouTube Shorts, everything they cut out, like they got YouTube Premium, they got YouTube Movies and all now. They want to take over everything. They want to be the best of the best. So I feel like as YouTube Shorts, they threw so much money into it.
I guess
So
it's like YouTube Shorts is sort of like how TikTok started off. Like anyone
yeah,
could upload anything to TikTok to begin with, and it'll
hmm
blow up, and that was the best site, best time. And if you missed that opportunity, it was sort of gone. And with Shorts being like an averagely new thing, it was beta, and it changed like an actual remnants of YouTube.
yeah,
A lot of the algorithms getting pushed the way of literally everyone before obviously narrowing it down. That's to get the creators to upload more. They see the big numbers and they want to upload way more.
yeah, exactly. Like I don't think on my well, actually, one or two of my TikToks, like I posted maybe 100, maybe 200 TikToks. I don't know, I lost count. But like, I don't think maybe one or two of those got maybe 5,000 plus views. Whereas
Wow.
on my 10 YouTube shorts that I posted, maybe three of those have 4K, 5K plus views.
And obviously with the shorts, I was looking at it the other day and I was like, I really wish there was a videos and then a shorts panel, like a shorts tab, so I
Yeah,
can click on it.
it's very disorganized.
mm,
But I feel like on the home screen, whenever you go on the, for example, if you go on my YouTube, the home screen will have new uploads, recent uploads, and then like FIFA videos, Call of Duty videos, because I put everything in playlists.
okay.
But when you go click my videos, it just looks like a mess because it's shorts, normal, shorts, normal, shorts, normal. And because the shorts don't really have a thumbnail on them, it
I was
doesn't
gonna ask
really.
that. Can you upload a thumbnail to your shorts?
You can, but I don't know if that makes any difference.
Oh, okay. Right.
I'm not. I'm not sure on that.
Right. So obviously, moving on from how you're creating now,
Yeah.
obviously for the people that do know you, you're an absolute juggernaut when it comes to endurance. You know, this you see this. If not, if a lot of you haven't tuned into T's streams, be sure to go do it. Twitch.tv/TD9 Games, and you'll probably see this guy live at some point in the day because he goes for a very very long time. A lot of people are still questioning it. You know, you have a lot of people saying this guy's gonna burn out. This guy's gonna burn out, and then he goes and gets his notepad out, and he's like, "Yo, Vandal, I've got videos set for the whole month." He works, by the way. He's got his own place to sort. He uploads every day, and he streams 5 to 12 hours pretty much whenever he can. Absolutely amazing. So how's that come into play? Like with your motivation to keep going?
Well, I feel like it changed, and like obviously, like I done a subathon to end the year, like a celebration, like subathon and all, and that there, and it was like sort of like an eye opener. Also, I wonder, like my motivation's always been there for streaming and creating content ever since I started, but I thought I wonder for the month of January how many times I can stream per day, like a challenge to myself, how many YouTube videos I could upload, etc. And for the 31 days of January, I streamed, I think it was 28 or 29 days. I
Wow.
posted 30 or 31 YouTube videos, which was like 15 shorts and 15 normal videos. It was a TikToks on top of that. I just, I feel like I don't sleep.
Is that but is the fun factor still there for you, or is it you're trialing out where to put all your focus into?
I mean, the fun factor's still there. Like, I still enjoy going on stream when it's not Warzone. And,
We'll be
and
getting onto that in a minute.
playing. Yeah, and playing and having fun. I enjoy creating videos. I enjoy reacting to videos. It's like just today before we came on stream, someone tweeted out. I'm not sure who the person is, but they tweeted out, "Who's your favorite content creator at the minute?" And I was tagged twice on it by people, and I'm sitting
Wow.
going like I was like, it's mad to see how people class me as their favorite Twitch streamer or their favorite person they watch YouTube videos, their favorite content creator, etc.
So what
When
makes you feel that way? Because it doesn't necessarily matter how many views you have.
yeah, I
You
feel
can
like
still be someone's favorite streamer.
yes, but I feel like from my point of view, I'm still improving, I'm still learning, and there's so many people out there who are per se the complete package. Like if you look at big streamers or big people who post to YouTube, I'll take Nick Merckx for example. Like I would class him as the complete package. Like I don't understand why people. Well, who's your favorite content creator? Why wouldn't you say Nick Merckx over me, sort of, or why would you say me over Nick Merckx, sort of thing? So I'm like, I still feel when people say that, I feel like, are they being serious? Am I really their favorite content creator, their favorite streamer? But I know I put a lot of time on it, but I still don't think
It
I'm
must
at the
feel nice
level.
though, and
Bro, it feels unreal, man. Like I literally read it and I started blushing, going like, "What the fuck?" Because it wasn't just a tag; it was a tag and then
a
uh
piece written. Yeah.
a piece written. I was like, "What the fuck?"
I love that, man.
Wow.
I love that. It goes to show your hard work's paying off, and definitely, obviously, for you that don't know, I own a company called Vandal Threads, and the Threads GG is an off-branch community of content creators, hardworking, hungry content creators, and T is a part of that. You wouldn't be there if we didn't see something in you, and I'm glad that you stick into it because there's only a small window where you can get through,
Yeah.
and you're one of the people who are like, fuck me, it's been 4 months now and there's no breaks. I'm like, T, right, do you want a break, mate? Do you want to take a little bit of a break?
I mean,
And
I'm not streaming today, like the first day of February.
yeah, but
Like,
what did you do today
because
instead?
what did I? You know what? I actually had a day off work today too,
Yeah,
but I still went and done some paperwork.
well, you still went to the gym, didn't you?
I went done some paperwork. I came back. I got a bite to eat. I went to the gym and just came back. I got a shower and I'm sitting
And
down now
there's
and
just
doing
no
that.
stopping you. So is that just something that you feel like reflects on your stream and your content, is the fact that you as a person can't stop?
I feel like it's not that I can't stop. It's I don't allow myself to stop because if I stop, I feel like I'm going backwards.
Right.
So I feel like today I got up and I tidied the whole apartment from top to bottom as well before I went to work to do some paperwork. And I feel like there's always something that I want to do. like even if I don't make a list of things to do every day and cross it out, there's still something in the back of my mind that I know that I have to do every day. Because if I sit around and do nothing, I feel bored and I feel like I'm wasting a day where I could be creating content, I could be going to the gym, I could be improving myself
I love
as a
that.
person physically, mentally,
I
or
love
even
that.
like that's just the way I've always been. And it's just like I used to work in a gym back home in Ireland, and this man, I'll just call him Marty, but I'm not gonna say his surname,
Okay.
or Martin. We'll call him. He was like he's still a huge inspiration to me because his work ethic. He worked 2 jobs. He ran a gym as well on the side. Like I don't think he slept, and like, he was like, if I don't know now. I might be wrong here, but I know he wasn't Mr. Olympia, but he was like Mr. World or something like that there. Like he is huge, but he never stopped working all day, every day. Like he'd
Yeah, it'll be
come,
Mr. Worldwide. Mr. Olympia is an invited event to a
yeah,
group of 10 people. Yeah,
but he was like Mr. World at the age of like 21, 22
that's
or something.
crazy. That is
And
absolutely insane.
he just kept going and going and going. And like he's 40 something right now.
You see,
Or,
like, I only know
and
that because I was watching the Ronnie Coleman documentary last night.
still haven't seen it yet.
Absolutely
I
inspirational if you
still
haven't.
haven't
Not that you need the inspiration because, you know.
seen it. But he will always be a big part, even when I'm not, even though I'm not back home. I still take like his work ethic because I used to work under him. I still take his work ethic and all, and I see how successful he is and how he carries himself and all, and that's the way I want to be. I want to carry myself where I have people looking up to me, going like, "Damn, that man never stops. That man's a good worker." I want to be like T. That's what I want to be.
There you go. It's already started for you there, bro, with myself, the rest of the team. And it's not pity words either, because, you know, we wouldn't have chose you if that wasn't for the reason. But cracking on with a little bit more into your content creating side of things, there was an incident that's happened recently where you've made the big changeover from Warzone content creating going into wanting to do your own thing. What made that explosion happen? Did you feel like you was getting forced down this Warzone hole, and or is it the state of the game, or is it the fact that you don't want to be known for that? Talk to me about it.
Um, there's a lot of factors to it. Like Warzone is an addictive game. Like we are all addicted to it. But I feel like I kind of plateaued on my content. Like I ran out of content. Like everyone's seen it. People kill 20 people in a game of Warzone. You've seen people kill 30 people. Like it gets boring at a point, and you've got to change it up. I don't want to be stuck in the one hole. So like I started doing reaction videos. I started playing horror games. I just started to change my content to variety because I don't want to plateau down and be stuck in the one hole. Whereas I feel like if I leave, like playing Warzone, no one's going to support me because this is all my streams been for 4, 5, 6 years. If I kept going,
Well, I mean,
and it's,
the reason why I bring it up is because you had to explain yourself quite a lot on Twitter.
I feel like I wanted to like take the step away, and I didn't know if the community because a lot of people only know me from playing Warzone, and I wasn't sure if the community would kind of follow me or agree with the change sort of thing. But I feel like it's something that I had to do if I want to take my content and my streams to the next level. Because I played a horror game for the first time in like
Five
5 or 6
Nights.
years. Five Nights at Freddy. I
That was
loved it.
hilarious, by the
I
way.
loved it.
And if you don't make that into a video, I'm gonna be very upset because there was about 8 or 9 parts of that where I was absolutely crying with laughter. And
There is,
it goes to show like your range,
yeah,
because
like
you could be a serious competitive player and then you just out of nowhere your personality just exploded in this horror game, you know?
I feel like it's a single player game, and I can kind of like explore. Like I'm not a good single player game, but I've got the personality to make jokes and like make it funny no
You
matter
have
what I
more
play.
time for
Like
the chat, and then
yeah,
obviously you can
it's a
play at your own
horror
pace.
game.
And
And I was getting jump scares, but at the same time, I'm making myself laugh. Like, there's 4 or 5 clips which is already made. I haven't made it on the YouTube video as yet, but there's 4 or 5 clips which I've made for YouTube Shorts and TikTok, which I haven't posted. I posted one to Twitter yesterday, and then people were commenting going, "Is the game actually good?" and it's just me getting a jump scare and like laughing and shit myself at it. But it's like I've never played a horror game in 5 years, 6 years. Outlast was Outlast.
Wow, that was it. That was your last game.
Yeah, my
Last
last horror
horror.
game I
Yeah.
played. And I feel like I enjoy that, so I feel like I'm going to bring it back probably tomorrow. So I'm going to keep a day off stream today. Bring it back tomorrow sometime, but I'm busy tomorrow, so we gotta squeeze a stream in
Busy
sometime.
every day, aren't you, sir?
I know, too much on, but that's why I like it.
That's how you like it, yeah. You know,
Yeah,
you rather have a lot on than none at all.
just go from
So
one thing to another. Yeah.
we've heard you, yeah, we've heard your present. We heard like your future and like, well, the near future about where you want to take your streams and content. How did this all start? How did this all stem? Now, I don't want to make it sound like I'm putting you on the spot here, but gaming has to come from somewhere, whether it be a special time, a safe place. How did it all start for you?
My brother was a gamer when I was growing up. We had actually the very first game I got a Game Boy, and I got Football Manager 2003, 2004
Wow.
as my first ever game, and I got addicted to that. And ever since then, I changed the Nintendo DS and started to like play variety games like Mario and Sonic, and games that got there, games that weren't football based. And then we went to the PlayStation 3. I skipped the PS2. We have PS3 and we had the PSP, and then the PS4 and the PC. Everything just evolved, I think, from the Game Boy, because the first game I picked up, I got addicted to it because I used to be I still am, a big football fan. And for me, an assimilation word where I could make any team I wanted the best team in the world.
It's kind of scary watching you play Football Manager.
Why?
In a good way. In a good way, scary because where everything's happening, how much of a leader it shows that you can be just by playing that game. I'm pretty sure I came in one stream and you had nobody. I came back and you had like 8 massive juggernauts up front. You was at the top of the league. You got them out of like 50 mil debt, and it was just like, yeah, I just did that in a couple of hours.
Yeah, I'll make it in short terms. I took over a team which were
It was
50 million
Schlack
in
or something
debt.
like that, wasn't it?
Schalke in Germany,
Yeah, was
yeah.
it? Yeah.
50 million in debt. They had a poor training facility. They were overspending on wages. They had a very small team. And then 4 years later, we're challenging Bayern Munich and Dortmund, the biggest teams in Germany, for the title.
Jesus
The last
Christ.
the last 2 years we missed out. Like we have like nearly 400 million in our bank at the minute. I still play it off stream now, every now and then, but I feel like it's like I left it too long to bring it back on stream, because I played so much off stream that if I brought it back, everyone would be like, "Yo, you left us like 2 years
Yeah,
ago."
of course, yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, so that's just an off stream game I play now to have a bit of fun while I eat my dinner. And but yeah, we're like 400 million in the bank. We still haven't won the league yet, but we finished third last year, so we're there and thereabouts.
It's definitely
Champions
a
League, Champions
strategic
League
game.
football and everything. Yeah,
Definitely a
very
strategic game.
strategic.
So when I've done like 30, 40 of these interviews where like hearing the gamers uproar and where they came from, and you always hear the Nintendo 64 or the PS1 or the GameCube or something crazy that brought them into the world of gaming. I never once heard Game Boy being
Game
one
Boy.
of those things, and I love that. I love that diversity of.
I don't have it here with me. It's the Game Boy's still back home. I know where it is back home, unless they moved it. But it should be in the attic in a box, and I would love to get it out for like. Imagine not recreating, but imagine the nostalgic feeling I would get for turning on a Game Boy and playing Football Manager 2003, 2004 all over again.
There you go, bro. There you
That
go.
would be sick. But like, obviously, it's back home, so we'll keep
So
it
yeah,
until.
so you started off with Game Boy. You said, was it your brother? Is that what you said?
Yeah, me and a brother used to play games. We used to play like FIFA and Pro Evolution, like growing up on the PS3 and all that against each other. That's like, I started on football games and purely football games until the Nintendo DS came out, and then Mario and Sonic was a big game. So I'm playing Mario and Sonic, and then it was Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Mario and Sonic at the Winter Games, and then it just proceeded like Super Mario Bros. And all that. I just proceeded from
So I
there.
see where your competitiveness comes from.
Yeah.
So
I like one.
obviously we know you're a football fan. You support
Yeah.
a lovely team
Mm-hmm.
in the red.
Yes, sir.
Care to?
Liverpool forever.
There you go, Liverpool. Obviously, I'm a football fan myself. We could talk a little
Yes.
bit about that. Of this month has in particular
Yep.
been a special month for all football teams. Um, that has been a transfer window, and for all the non-UK people or European teams, people out there, the transfer window allows players who are below their contract or a contract that they can go out on free for the next season. You know, it gives other teams that open window chance to speak one on one with the players and other teams to get more better or, you know, get a lot of their own players from their 25-man squads out. So going on to the transfer, I know it's a bit of a turn, but you never know what happens in these podcasts. You know, I love to talk about my sport. Liverpool. I don't think I heard much from Liverpool this transfer window. I know that you got a youngster from Fulham.
Um, I don't want to be the one to correct you, but we were like 10 minutes too late at proceeding his the paperwork on deadline day, so we did not get him.
You didn't get him.
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah, we were too late at everything. We left everything too late, and we didn't get him.
Yeah, cause I didn't really hear much from.
Yeah.
But then again, Liverpool won those teams. I know that Klopp, he knows what he's doing with his players, doesn't he? He waits and waits, and he knows exactly what he wants to get instead of panic buying.
I mean, we bought someone for 45 million. I think it's 45 million euros. Diaz from Porto. I don't know much about him, but I seen him play twice or once again when we played Porto in the Champions League. Like Liverpool smashed Porto, so he didn't really do much in both games. So I'm worried that that would have been a panic buy because Salah's contract is running low. So I don't know because he's asking for 500,000 a week, and I don't know if Liverpool are willing to pay that.
See, that's difficult, isn't it? Salah
Yeah,
being happy where he is, but obviously the more goals he scores and the more consistent he is, a
the
lot
more
of
money.
a lot of eyes as well.
Yeah,
So, but I
like
can't see him playing for any other team other than Liverpool.
I can't say there, but if Liverpool don't want to pay him what he's asking, and like someone else comes calling, you go, "You want 500,000? We're here 600k." Like he's not going to say no.
Yeah, well, exactly. But no, I think I was reading it wrong with Cavano. That he's
Yeah, well, I
saying
was confirmed, and then all of a sudden after the
I read it
deadline
as
closed,
this transfer, but it's next transfer that Liverpool are confident in
yeah,
getting his contract out.
they're going to bring him in now in the summer, hopefully. But because we left it too late, we loaned who did we loan? Nico Williams, the Welsh international, the
Yeah.
right back. We loaned him to Fulham as like a good gesture because we were late at submitting Cavarlo's paperwork. So I feel like that was a good gesture to say, here, don't sell Cavarlo to any other team, and we'll buy him in the summer for the same amount. You can take Nico Williams and loan for the rest of the season. I feel like that's what that was. I hope that's what it was because Cavarlo seems like a good player.
No, he
But
does. I mean, he's young, he's quick, he's
yeah,
hungry as well. He, you know, all the shots that I watched a highlight reel of him, and a lot of them were 25 yards out. You know, and he was just doing it with ease.
he's been around the first team for Fulham for a few years now, and he's still young, which shows that
Started from a
he
very young age.
yeah, he's got the experience of playing first team football already. So, but
And
Klopp likes
that's
playing a
yeah.
certain way, so it's like it's gonna be interesting because he doesn't go out and buy people for 50, 60 mil. He likes buying like players who aren't well known and then developing them. That's
And
kind of
that's
his.
the risk, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the risk. But going on to risks, I'm going to talk a lot about a few different clubs because if any of you follow my second account on Twitter, you know that I absolutely go in on if it's football or film reviews or anything. I absolutely question a lot. One of those ones being Van der Beek going to Everton on loan, and very questionable from Man United. I'm not trying to make this into a sportscast, but I like to talk about it, so I'm going to talk about it. I feel like it's wasted talent. The past Man United managers, you know, didn't want to play him, and it was very questionable. A lot of talent there. What do you think?
I feel like for Everton and for Frank Lampard, it's a very good signing.
I mean, yeah, for Everton, yeah, it is. And talking about that, Everton actually, Lampard.
Lampard as manager brought in Dele Alli for free transfer now, but could potentially raise to like 30 or 40 million, whatever.
I thought it was a set. I thought it was set for 40 mil.
It's including bonuses and all if he plays a certain amount of games.
Because the only
So
reason why I know a lot about that is 'cause it's still sore to me because he was supposed to come to the old black and white, but it didn't happen in the end.
yeah, I mean, Alli for Newcastle would have been brilliant to keep him up. Even Jesse Lingard would have been brilliant. But Donny van de Beek, I feel like
Because he said no to us straight away. He didn't even, he made it very public. He was like, who would want to go to a team who are in last place? And I was sort of like, okay,
thanks.
I'm gonna go cry now, but I understand.
But it's like he's only won 2 games this year, and for the richest team in the world, they buy people like Chris Wood, Dan Burn. It's like, really, you're the
They were
richest team in
very
the world.
panicked because we needed a striker.
A lot of panic buys.
Burn, you're not rating then. 6'5", juggernaut.
I feel like the defenders you have at the minute, and Shar, Fazio, and Lascelles are better than Burn.
Really?
Yeah, because like Burn's not even Brighton's best centre back.
No.
Shane Duffy for Ireland. Oh, obviously, I'll say Shane Duffy's the best.
Yeah, we loaned out to in Ireland internationals actually. Kieran Clark and Hendrick.
Oh, yeah, but
they both went to League One teams.
Yeah, they're wasted.
but yeah, we're really looking to replace Lascelles, and I think with Burn that might be.
My manager and work is a Newcastle fan too, and it was just me and him working yesterday, and we should have been out earlier than we did, but because the deadline day was on, we were keeping up on the news and all. And I was saying to him, I like Lascelles. I think he's good. And he turned around and went, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah, I mean, I
don't think Newcastle fans like him, but I like him as an outsider watching Newcastle going, he's a decent centre back. Maybe because he played with Forest before, and Forest is like my second team. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch some of the highlights and just watch the way he plays, and we was up 1 against Watford, and you know he got out jumped for a header. He's 6'3", and he got out jumped by 5'9". You know, you don't do that when you're a centre back. You know, he stumbled a lot as well. He's given the ball away. He can't clear. He's just one of those players who are nervous. I think he'd be better as a left back. So he's more of a flank player rather than.
I don't think he has the speed to play left back though.
Yeah.
I think it's too slow to be a left back.
He's lost his captain's band now. Mr. Trippier has it now.
I mean, I feel like that was probably Newcastle's best signing this transfer window.
Yeah, well, Bruno Gomes as well. I don't know if you've seen him. I mean, yeah, but one of Europe's leading midfielders, absolutely, phenomenal compared to the midfield we have now. Mr. John Joe Shelby, an ex-Liverpool.
Do not dust John Joe Shelby.
No, if you see, no, you don't. Oh, do you not follow my? Don't have to follow it, but check it out. My backup account. It's basically a John Joe Shelby Stan account.
We love John Joe.
I absolutely feel like he don't get played enough in the right position, and he's the only one on our team who can shoot. You give him the ball at 45 yards out, and he'll fucking have a go at it.
I mean, he's been doing that since he was at Liverpool, but I feel like he is a mid-table to lower-table player. Like, he wouldn't get in a Liverpool team or anyone really in a top half right now.
Of course.
But he's a good player to have if you're in the bottom, because I like him, I rate him. I still do, even after he left Liverpool. No, every time I see him score a goal, I go, I like that guy.
And they're always absolutely, beamers.
Banger. Yeah, they are. He's good at that.
And that's what I mean. I keep telling them. Listen to me. I keep telling them. I'm screaming at my TV. Just give it to Shelby. Give it to Shelby. Give it to Shelby. Because he'll crack at it. But no. But yeah, this new Bruno. He's a Brazilian international. He's got chemistry with Joe Linton, a Brazilian international. So they've got their chemistry. And plus, Bruno used to play for Lyon, and who else used to play for Lyon? Our striker, Saint Maximum. So they've got chemistry there as well.
I feel like he is Newcastle's best player, so maximum.
Yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal. And, you know, I'm pretty sure there's a few stands out there that, you know, beg, this just says, please don't leave us.
I feel like if Newcastle get relegated to the Championship, he's gone.
Oh,
He's
without a
gone.
doubt. I think it would be stupid to keep him for that
But
talent.
I feel like if he goes, I want to leave, Newcastle will go, what are you on now? 60k? Well, how about 100k? Because
Well, that's it.
they have the money to do it. And if you want to retain your talent, your best player, and if he wants to leave, you go, well, yes, we know you're taking a step down, but if you stay with us, we'll pay you an extra 10, 20, 30k a week or whatever. Because Newcastle wouldn't care about doing that.
Well, that's it.
Because
I
they
mean,
have
look
the
how
money.
much we spent this transfer window.
Yeah.
Considering, a lot of people didn't really. I mean, it's difficult coming to a team who are in relegation and the relegation fight. It is. It's
Yeah.
really difficult. You gotta have that mentality. But at the same time, I feel like I'm happy with who we got, and you know, they can help the players who are there already. 90 million on a January transfer. We've messed the transfer fees up a lot because we've overpaid for pretty much every
Everything.
other than Trippier. I think he's worth the
But
12 mil.
oh yeah, 100%. Probably worth more to be honest.
Yeah.
But the one thing about Newcastle now, because they're the richest team in the world, if they go and go, you know what, we want to sign a centre mid. Say for example, off say Liverpool, right? They came in Liverpool go, oh, we want to sign your Oxley Chamberlain, for example. Liverpool go, well, Oxley Chamberlain's valued at say 20 million, but it's Newcastle, they have the money. We'll sell him for 40 million.
Well, that's what teams have been doing.
That's it. The teams will rip you off now because they
So
know they
with
have the money.
Lingard, the whole story behind Lingard was Ragnick was like, okay, so we want 12 million for him. And then Newcastle like, yeah, it's great. And then they're like, oh, fuck me. They said yes to that. All right, well, we want you to pay his wages for the next 2 years. And they're like, okay, that's out of nowhere. For the past 2 years, sorry. The 2 years are just gone. And they're like, okay, all right, we'll do that as well. And then they're like, oh, fuck me. They said yes to that as well. All right, for
Yeah.
Lingard, we want you to have him for 12 mil, pay his last 2 years of wages. If they stay up in the Premier League, we want an extra 8 mil. And then for signing him, we want a sign-on bonus of 40 mil. And then we was just, what the fuck? When's it going to end?
Yeah, because they have the money now, teams know that if Newcastle come calling, they can like up the price by 5, 10, 15, 20 million on a player easy, and still Newcastle will still pay it.
We did stop with Diaz because we was going to sign a centre back from called Diaz from a European club, and it started off as 15 mil, and then by the end of it ended up as 45 million euros, and we was just like, no, we're going to stop now because it just keeps going up, and that's
Yeah,
what, like you say, a lot of clubs are just trying to rally it up because they can.
and if a club has the money, if a club needs the money, and they know Newcastle's coming come calling, they will raise the price dramatically.
Or like Aston Villa with when we signed Target.
How much did you pay him for?
I think I'm pretty sure he was between 15 and 20. I want to say.
For Matt Target?
I'm pretty sure.
Damn. I don't think he's worth that. So you paid more for Matt Target than you did.
I want to
Kieran.
say that. I don't think it was.
I'll just double check just to make sure I'm saying everything correctly. My target was for
I think it was 20 mil, wasn't it?
on loan. I feel like there's an option to buy there though. I feel like there's an option to buy. He's on loan for the rest of the season. There might be
Yeah,
an
for the rest
option.
of the season, yeah. But there's an actual like price.
I'm not sure. It doesn't say on the Newcastle article. Yeah, but I feel like even if you have an option to buy that's worth more than 15 million, then that means you're overpaying because that means you've paid less for Trippier than he did for Matt Target.
Well, the thing is with Trippier is if we go back down to the champions, if we go to the championship, we owe Atletico Madrid a further 10 because that means he won't be going back to Atletico Madrid. He'll be staying with us, but he want more money.
Yeah.
So there is all these clauses.
Every football, like, if anyone in football now gets signed, there's 10, 20 different clauses where Play X amount of games, you get this money. Score X amount of goals, you get this. Keep X amount of clean sheets, you get this.
Well,
There's so
the thing is,
many.
we signed Burn, and then Wigan got 20% because there's a clause from when he was 18
Yeah,
to
that's
say
mad.
if he got signed for more than X amount of money, then 20% will go to Wigan. And it was all like, well, goddamn,
Yeah, that's
what's
like
going on there?
that's why if teams will know like, oh, Newcastle come in to buy someone, but we can have a 20%, whatever we sell him for, we can get 20%. We want 10 mil for this player, so we need to charge Newcastle 15 million
Well, that's it, mate.
to make sure we get 10 mil, and then Wigan can take the rest in.
But no, we just gotta wait and see. Really, this is the just, you know, we just gotta wait and see what happens. See if Hal's got what it takes. I mean,
Honestly, my opinion, I don't think he's the right man for the job.
I
And I
don't
think
think so
Newcastle
either.
are going to get relegated, but I feel like they'll bounce straight back up. Too
Yeah,
much
of
money, too
course.
much talent.
Well, that's it. That's it. We'll wait for summer. See what happens then.
Yeah,
But that's after the season, so we don't know.
we don't know
I'm
yet.
hoping as a supporter, and a lot of people are just hoping as well. But yes, going on. I know you have other interests other than football.
Yes.
We know that you're a big fighter yourself. No, I'm
Yes,
kidding.
sir.
You're a UFC fan as well. You stayed up for those late nights, obviously, to watch the fights. You don't wait till the morning to watch the meet to listen to the news.
Nah.
You watch it there and then, and not only do you
Gotta
do
watch
that, you do a
it.
reaction video for it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the last couple of I done reactions to a few of them, but some of them for some reason UFC want to copyright claim me when I use some sometimes. So most times there's a lot of footage I'm sitting on, but you don't get to see it, or a lot of stuff I reacted to, but you don't get to see it because the UFC decides, you know what, you upload that, we're gonna copyright strike you. I'm like, but I'm allowed to upload this one, but I'm not allowed to upload this one. That's weird.
There's a lot
But
of
yeah,
question behind it, isn't there?
yeah, it's a lot of question behind it. But yeah, I'm a massive UFC fan. I wouldn't say Conor McGregor stan. Would you maybe perhaps?
Not the fact that you had a cardboard cutout behind you a lot of the time when we first started out. Is he still
uh,
there?
it's up in the wardrobe. Yeah, he's
Is he
chilling
up?
up in the
Is the
wardrobe.
old boy up there? Here he is.
Yeah.
I don't know how much into UFC you go, whether or not it's you have a few people who you watch, or whether or not it's a wide a wide range of knowledge. But I see something on Twitter. Someone called Paddy the Baddy. I
Yes,
don't know if
sir.
you've heard of this gentleman.
I do know who he is. I am aware. Yes, sir.
And he's a Liverpool lightweight.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to expand on why Paddy the Baddy is in the news?
I've been watching Paddy since he was a Bellator because he's been a character ever since I got introduced to him. The reason I met him was, I don't know if you know of a fighter called Michael Venom Page, MVP.
Right, yeah.
He's like a very stylish fighter, and that's the guys I like people who do backflips and shit like that. Those sort of entertaining fighters to watch. And I remember Paddy was on the same card as MVP years and years ago, and I remember watching him going like, "This kid's from Liverpool. This kid's talented." He just made this kid tap out, and his post fight interview, he threw up in the ring, and I was like, "I like this kid."
So he can fight, but he wants more flair now.
Yeah, he's a personality more than he is a fighter. He just reminds me of like a old school Conor McGregor.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't wanna put any heckles on the back of your neck. Is he
Yeah,
is he the Liverpool McGregor,
he can be like,
or is he wanting to be?
I don't know, I feel like that's him in general. That's him. Like, he has a YouTube channel as well, and he posts like vlogs and all this YouTube channel. Him training, him like having going out for a bite to eat with the boys. No, he's just like a character. That's him as a whole. And I feel like now he finally got into the UFC after years and years of dominating. He got into the UFC. He knocked the kid out in his debut in the first round. What a fight it was too. Paddy was probably one punch away from being finished, and he ended up knocking the kid out. And then now he's fighting on March the 18th. No, March the 17th, whatever
Yeah,
day the
yeah, it is. Yeah,
Saturday is,
in London. Yeah,
in London. And I thought it would be main event, but he's not. He's on the main card, Aspinall's main event. But yeah, there's so much talent on that London card. Like if anyone's
It's
wants to
against
get on the UFC,
Rodrigo. Let's have a look. It's against Rodrigo Vargas.
Vargas, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if anyone wants to watch UFC and wants a new fighter or a fighter to support who's local, that's a perfect card to watch because everybody on that card is from, apart from the very first fight, there's two Russian kids fighting each other, but every other fight is an English fighter, a Scottish fighter, or a Welsh fighter. Every fight.
Well, I mean,
So it's like
he
if you want people to support, if you don't watch it, like that's a perfect card to watch. Or they find yourself a new fighter to support, I guess, or a new favorite fighter.
I mean, he's he's trying to push for the UFC to have a fight at Anfield, and
That would be sick. I feel like if he continues the way he's going, and if he continues knocking people out, they could. Depends how successful this fight card is in London. It'll depend if the UFC are game to bring it to Anfield.
so who's on the main card for that London fight? Do you know?
Aspinall and I forget who Aspinall's fighting, but he's on it, and then Dan Hooker and Arnold Allen is on it.
Okay.
Molly McCann is fighting on it. Paul Craig is fighting on it. Paul Craig, the guy who broke Jamal Hall's arm last fight. Nice. Cheers, Craig. Who else is there? Jake Hatley from Birmingham's on it. He's one to watch. He's making his UFC debut.
But yeah, this next thing I'm about to talk about, obviously we're staying on with the whole UFC thing.
Okay.
And it's controversial, but you know me, I like to talk. I have my own opinion. We have our own opinions, and I don't know if you agree or disagree. Do you think that money, views, and publicity overcomes the hard work and the talent of some fighters? So do you see, because some fighters are just money, and some fighters work hard, but they're getting outshone just because they don't have the money.
I mean, for me, it depends how much money you bring into the UFC.
Okay, I'm gonna give you an exact example of why I said that.
Go for it.
Mr. Paul.
Mr. Paul.
Mr. Jake Paul. Yes,
okay.
we're gonna be talking about him on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
So, you know him. He wants to fight anyone and everyone. But there's speculation. We both nodded the same way at the same time. But, money talks, man. Money talks, and a lot of it is for entertainment. Now, it never used to be like that. It used to be just you fight because you love to fight and you love to train and you love to win. But a lot of the time, a lot of people are being blindwashed by money. Yes. Now, he wants to fight Khabib.
Do you want my opinion on it?
Khabib versus Jake Paul.
That is never going to happen. Never in our lifetime will we see Jake Paul fight Khabib. No.
So, here's the article from Mr. Khabib himself. Jake Paul wants to fight Khabib on a condition, and the Khabib's condition is he'll fight him in a boxing ring if Jake Paul can take Khabib, if he can take him down in groundwork and make him tap.
Like, let's be honest, Jake Paul's not taking down Khabib. If people
I agree with you, buddy. But there's a lot of people who think he's got a chance.
There's no shot.
And this is the question I asked you before about how good
Jake
of a fighter
was a Division 1 wrestler, but there's no chance none of them's taking Khabib. Logan. Okay, so Jake's useless at wrestling.
Now I'm an old school. I love the fighting. Realistically, if Khabib's not one to be like, all right, Jake's gonna be like, all right, I'll pay you to full. Khabib's not gonna be like, nah, I didn't just retire because my dad died and for nothing sort of thing. He's got a lot of money, Khabib. He's
got his own MMA show as well, like UFC.
So this is the question I'm asking you. Do you think he would fall for money?
No.
So Jake Paul wants to fight Khabib in a boxing ring for 35 million, but Khabib says he'll fight him in a cage if he can take him down and make Khabib tap. No, I can't say it with a straight face because Khabib is one of the best ground fighters.
The best.
You see, your face and your reaction is sort of scared to answer these questions here. Now,
I'm not scared. There's only
no, I'm
one
saying it in a good
fighter.
way because you're like, why is this guy doing this to himself? He must like this. He must enjoy
No,
this.
there's one fighter in the whole UFC that I would love Khabib to fight. One fighter, and it's not even McGregor. It's Charles Oliveira, because Oliveira has the most submissions in UFC history. Oliveira is the reigning lightweight champion, the title Khabib used to hold. If there's a super fight to happen, it's Khabib versus Oliveira, because Oliveira is the next best jiu-jitsu artist in the whole UFC behind Khabib, if not level with him. There's not a shot Jake's going to come on and try and take him down and make him tap. That's not going to happen.
So obviously, I've done all my research. So every time someone comes onto the show, I know what they like, so I know what you like, so I'm going to talk about what you like. And my
Okay.
UFC knowledge is old school, but I did my research, and I watched a couple of videos of Jake Paul changing his career from boxing. I can't even do this for a straight face. From boxing to MMA. And they're saying that he's got the next McGregor kick. I'm needing you to talk, bro. These faces you're pulling. I know you're trying to hold it in as much as I am.
I'll be honest, I don't like Jake. I don't rate him as a fighter.
But remember what I said before the
will.
show. Remember what I said before the show.
Yeah, that's like I will keep an open mind. If he comes out next, his next fight and knocks a boxer out, then I might respect him as a boxer.
Of course.
But at the minute, he's all talk, and it's just I think he got lucky. Well, he got lucky in the fighters that he picked to fight. He picked to fight Ben Askren, who's at the time came back from hip injury, could barely move. He just got absolutely KO'd by Masvidal in his last fight.
Yeah, so
And
this
then
is
Tyron
why.
Woodley, who's coming off like a 4-5 losing streak in the UFC.
Well, Tyrone just made bank. He just, he
Exactly.
needed the money, and he made the bank, and he was a semi-relevant person. And Jake was just like, for an up and coming fight, instead of going through the bracket like a normal amateur, he was just like, let me fight someone who's semi-relevant, who people know, and who is going to take who's going to take this money bag and doesn't mind being criticized on the internet.
It's like if Jake was to fight Tommy Fury, like he was meant to, that would have been a good fight. But I don't think Tommy's as good as boxers as Bro or Tyson, nowhere near it. I think that would have been a close fight.
Well, you're comparing pebbles to boulders there, son.
I know, but it's like Tommy's more of a personality. Like he loves the attention, he loves being on Love Island, YouTube.
Do you think this was too much attention then?
Yeah.
Did you realise that there was too many eyes on this now?
I feel like
to begin with it was okay because it was new, it was an adrenaline rush, it was a dopamine rush. And then once it became real to me, I was like, wait.
Jake is riding the wave. Like it all started from KSI and Joe Weller, like the YouTube fight.
It did, yeah.
And all from that there, it just kicked on massively.
I wouldn't call Deji a good contender though for his first fight.
Nah. Well, to be honest, if he fought Deji now, I was surprised. Like, I don't know if anybody's watched Deji's
he
last
bust his nose clean open. Yeah, he got some good punches in there.
I guess funny hacker. The only thing that let Deji down was his stamina. He was good for the first round, for the first half a minute of the second round. Then his stamina just died and he couldn't move.
So yeah, totally agree with you there. But this is why
I feel like after fight now, it's
totally agree. I'm not Jake Paul's number one fan, but at the end of the day,
I mean,
you say too much and too many people get upset. That's why I asked the question to begin with. I mean, is money blindsiding him?
I don't like him as a fighter or a boxer. I respect how he got there and how he climbed the ranks and how well of a marketer.
Oh yeah, he's a showman.
I respect that. Like that is talent to do that.
He can get money. He's a businessman and he's a showman. You can't take that.
On Dana White, bro, man knows what he's doing and making moves. He's got the right management. But I don't think he is a fighter. I think he's more of a personality, a talk, all that there. That's who he is.
But he's taken it to the next step of content, I think.
Yes, yeah. You'll see a
And, you
lot of
know,
people
no
come.
one's doing this other than him. And no
No,
one's got the balls other than him. I mean,
that's why I respect him because he's the first to do it, and he's doing it very well. He's putting himself onto the scene.
well,
Like
look
every
who he went up
UFC fighter,
against.
yeah, every UFC fighter, every boxing fighter is talking about him, wants to fight with him because they know he is the money fight.
I mean,
If if they fight him, they know they're going to have 10, 15 mil in the bank just for fighting him.
I personally think Logan's quite a good fighter.
I rate Logan. I think he's more of a fighter than Jake is. I think him and KSI was from a person who done boxing. No, that was actually a decent fight.
It was a decent fight. I completely
Like
agree
those,
with you.
for those guys who never really done boxing or nothing like that there before, Logan's got the technique. It's just JJ had the power. I feel like that's all it was. That was the difference between the both of them. JJ didn't really
JJ
have a
can
lot of
hit.
technique.
I mean, when watching those shots, he's, you know, it knocked him off his feet a couple of times.
Yeah,
And that was unexpected. I never would have thought that in a million years. But
I
yeah,
mean,
back to this original question
okay.
before we end. Nothing, I mean, it's a difficult one. This is why I wanted to lean into this conversation because there's always two ways about it. Money buys your fame. I mean, money buys your experience in boxing or, you know, your fist talk. He can fight. I'm not putting that against him. I'm definitely not saying he's a professional, you know, 20 years seasoned you know, up there with, you know, the big boys. But if he took it, he would be way more pledged. He'd be way more like prized upon as a fighter if he went back and went against some amateur fighters, worked his way up the ranks, and actually did it as a boxer. But he's not. He's doing it as a content creator, whereas he's not getting taken serious.
Do you want to know why he's not going to do it for the amateurs? No. Because if he loses one fight, that's him done.
Well,
Whereas
there you
now
go. There
he
you
is
go.
riding the wave. Because he knows that he can go fight an amateur fight tomorrow, get beat, and then his reputation as a boxer fighter is lost. Whereas if he keeps one on streaks against semi decent fighters, then he's going to be maybe not respected more, but it's like he's going to make more money. People will tune in. You're going to tune in and watch Jake Paul versus his next fighter.
I think
Whoever he fight next.
my questions. I'm trying to lean into this one question, and it's not getting picked up yet. And it's
Okay.
the money. I keep saying the money word and the fighting words, and the overall outcome. You know, what do you think I'm trying to say there? Jake Paul has a lot of money. Some of these fighters want money.
What? So a lot of people are fighting him just for the money.
Yeah,
100%. 100%. You think Tommy Fury's gonna try and fight his way through the boxing rank to become world champion like Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury someday? He knows he can go make the same money that probably Tyson Fury made and defend on his title against Deontay Wilder, against per se an easier opponent than Jake Paul, maybe even more money than what Tyson Fury made.
100%.
He's obviously gonna go down, like I would go down that route. Don't get me wrong. If someone said here's 15 mil to fight Jake Paul in 6 months time, I would take it.
See, that's the question as well. Is a lot. It sucks that it's like that nowadays. You know,
Yeah.
you know, you got to pay this. You know, this guy's gonna offer you a lot of money. Oh yeah, I'll take it. I'll get beat up by him for 15 mil, and it's sort of sad. He's getting experience through people who don't want to do it. They're just doing it for the bank. You know.
I mean, I feel like a lot of fighters are doing it for the bank now, and that's why everything's turning.
Yeah,
Like
of course.
Tyson Fury is called out Ngannou, the UFC heavyweight champion, and they've been going back and forth on Twitter. And if that happens, like Tyson Fury is going to probably make 5 times what he made fighting Ngannou for like an exhibition UFC world heavyweight champion against boxing heavyweight champion than he would fighting defending his belt maybe 4 or 5 times. He's going to make so much money from that fight because that's what everyone wants to see now. That's what the society and everyone wants to see. They don't want to see people building their way up through the rankings in
I
UFC or
get that
boxing.
100%. I'm just
They want to.
saying. I get it. I'm no expert. I'm not a boxer. I don't
Yeah.
try to be Eddie Hearn in any way, shape, or form.
I wish it was Eddie Hearn.
You know,
That'll be
no way,
so
shape,
much
or form.
fun.
But I just think it's a bit upsetting. That's all I'm going to leave that one
Yeah.
on. I think it's a bit
Yeah.
upsetting. I get the reasons behind it. You'd be silly not to. I just think it's a bit upsetting. That's all I'm saying.
It'll be
For a
upsetting.
fan of the sport, it's a bit
Yeah.
upsetting. That's all I'm saying.
I think it's ruined boxing, but at the same time, it's brought more eyes to boxing, if that
Oh
makes sense.
yeah, 1,000,000%. Yeah. I completely
It has
agree. I think that's a good way of putting it, actually. Yeah, because
it's
they brought
ruined
it to YouTube,
boxing
didn't
as
they?
a credible sport, but it's brought more eyes to the sport itself.
But yeah, it's made it a bit
That makes
more.
sense.
Made it a bit more. I feel
And
like I don't want the stigma of when Jake Paul fights, he wins.
yeah, on that, like on UFC, right? Every weekend you'll have like number 2 versus number 4, number 3 versus number 1. Like you'll have very good fights. Whereas in boxing, you're never going to see Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. You're never going to see big fights because they don't happen in boxing. Like Tyson Fury is going to fight Dylan White now, and like he's going to knock Dylan White out again for like a second or third
Well,
time.
that's it.
It's like you don't see these big fights happen in boxing, but you do in the UFC.
That's what I mean. This is all the questions. This is what I mean. That's what I'm tumbling into because what was the first thing I
Yeah,
said to you?
yeah.
Why is Jake Paul trying to worm his way in? And if he's already done that to boxing, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
blaming him for that. But because I can't say that. But if he's trying to worm his way into UFC and Khabib's like, all right, I'll do it for 35 million, but you got to try and take me down for real. You got to try and make me tap.
Yeah, I don't think.
Is he going to do it for 35 mil? Is what I'm trying to say. And as soon as his foot's in the door with one of the biggest UFC fighters,
Yeah, that's game.
is that going to be the same thing that's going to happen?
I mean, I feel like the one thing is we're in boxing is there's 6 or 7 titles for the one weight division, whereas in UFC there's one. So even if Jake Paul somehow comes under the UFC for a one fight deal against Khabib or against anyone to get there, I don't think it's going to ruin the sport because
Sorry, I didn't
there's
mean UFC because Dana White's already said that Jake Paul isn't setting foot on the mat. So
yeah, that's
I
not
think
gonna
it's going
happen.
to be Khabib's MMA show that he's got going on.
I
Sorry,
mean,
I just got that information completely wrong.
that's right. So even if Khabib does find Jake Paul for like 35, 30 mil, whatever Jake Paul guarantees him, like that's going to bring a lot of eyes to that. Those guys will make bank, and I feel like a lot of like you'd be stupid to say Khabib wouldn't won, but then again for Jake Paul, it's a new audience he's bringing to his YouTube
Well,
channel,
look
a
at the
new audience he
stats.
brings. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Khabib is retired and he was never going to fight again.
Yeah,
For
he had
him
an
to come back against Jake Paul, everyone's going to go towards Jake Paul to see what he's all about.
yes, but I
And it's
don't
good for marketing, is what I'm. It's good for marketing.
100%,
It's great and all
100%.
that, but that's what I mean. Is that all it's going to be? Is one instead of here's what I'm trying to say. It's going to make young people think, oh, instead of working my ass off and actually get the experience, I could just pay my way to the top. Because
Mm.
he's just going to walk in and fight the biggest fighter, the world's most renowned fighter, if it goes ahead.
You could only pay your way there top if you have an audience on our social media platforms. So if you're a regular Joe, you still have to go through it. But if you have an audience on a YouTube or TikTok or so, and you want to make the transition to that, you possibly could skip 10, 15 steps because of the money that you'll bring to that company that you fight.
It's a crazy world that we're living in because we're experiencing it firsthand. It's not something that's been going on because it
Yeah,
never used to be like this,
never.
and we're experiencing it. So we only know what we see because we're viewers. We're the people
Like
who.
I'm a big UFC fan, and my brother's a massive boxing fan. And like in it, whenever the Ngannou and Tyson Fury thing was like going back and forth on Twitter, I screenshot it and sent it to him. And he's all, not this shit again. Whereas for me, I would like to see it. A super fight between the UFC World Heavyweight and or the Heavyweight Champion and the Boxing Heavyweight Champion. I would love to see that.
But
But so for someone who's a big boxing fan, they're all, not this shit again. Why can the UFC not stick to UFC? Why can content creators not stick to content creating?
and
Why can boxers
that's
not stick
it. Like, do you keep true to your fans or does money talk? Is the question that keeps coming out.
money
And
talks?
that's it. That's what it is.
Money talks. That's all it is. That's all. Even in life, if you got offered a job somewhere else for 10 times what you're making, you're not going to say no to it.
Unless I enjoy it.
Even if you enjoy it, even if you don't
Me
enjoy it,
personally, I'm not trying to
it's
be a
money.
hero, but I'm doing what I do now because it's my life and I don't work for nobody.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I could make triple that, but I'm happy where I am right now. You know, once that 10, I don't think I could spend 10 million. If I'm honest, if it didn't mean I had to buy a house or land, if I just had to spend it, I'd struggle. I'd end up giving a lot of it away,
Oh,
and
I give a lot away too.
that's not
Yeah.
me being humble. I honestly, for some reason, I might be an alien. I'm obviously money makes the world function. I'm not gonna say it makes the world go round. It makes the world function. But I'm happy where I am. I like being low key and my business and being able to bring other people in for that experience. But if someone wants to invest 15 million, that's a different thing.
Yeah, that's a whole different story.
But if
Then we're
someone said
talking.
to me, yo, you know, give up your business, come work for me for 15 mil, it'd be difficult because I struggle really bad with working underneath people. Not for being an asshole, but
Yeah,
because my brain works too fast. You know, like I'm doing too much to, I'll offer too much, you know, for a company that isn't my vision. And maybe I'm selfish, maybe I'm not, but I'm happy where I am.
I
But
mean,
going
I get
on,
that for like your own personal like I wouldn't say achievement, but like your own personal vision of what you want to do in life might be completely different to what 15 million is offering you
100%,
to work underneath someone else.
100%,
But I
you
feel
know,
like for me, money talks.
no,
Someone
yeah,
goes here's
we're all
50 million, work under me. As well, when do you want me to start?
100%.
But I want that there. Like what I'm thinking is, if I get 15 million to work underneath someone for a year, that's mad because I can just go. You know what, Mom, you want this? Here you go. Dad, you want this? Boom.
I love that.
Like I could provide my family with and my future kids and my grandkids, whatever, with such a good life by just taking on something that maybe it's not my personal goal. Maybe I'm helping someone else make their personal goal. But if I'm getting a couple million for it, I'll do it easy.
Yeah, and I wouldn't blame anyone for not doing that. That's just me personally, and I respect you for saying that. That's huge of you, bro. That shows colors about who you are as a person. But for me, it's just I don't know. I mean, not everyone has that idealistic. I mean, for
Yeah,
the family part, yeah, 100%. You made my cogs turn a little bit there thinking about it. But for myself, I couldn't. I I'm too much of a content. I'm too much of a creative, you know. Like
yeah.
I'm happy just to draw. I'm happy just to get a t-shirt out. But moving on from this, obviously we've talked a lot about football. We talked a lot about UFC.
Yeah.
We know where our talking points are. Coming to the end of the show now, and obviously I appreciate everyone in the chat. This will be live on YouTube. We just made a YouTube account actually, so if you want to go check that out and subscribe if you want. If not, if you just want to enjoy the videos, be sure to go check that out. YouTube.com/VandalLive. I know it's fun. It's VandalLive. I get it. But we're gonna end the show with just a little bit of motivation, inspiration. T, if you was talking to your younger self, or you're talking to someone who lives the same lifestyle as you, and you know, and wants to do what they want to do in life, what would you say to them?
I mean, what the job I used to work at, we had a motto on our wall every day. You'd see it, and it was dream, believe, achieve. And like for me as a younger, if I was talking to my younger self, I would just say believe in your dreams and chase it, no matter what other people think. Like I'm chasing a dream right now. Will I ever meet this dream? I don't know. But I'm dedicating everything to it because if I do meet this dream, then I'm not going to make myself happy. People who've been with me from the start, I'm going to make them happy. I'm going to make my family happy. I can provide a better life for them if I achieve my dream. But even if I don't achieve my dream, it's not like I failed anything. It's just a lot of people, depend on what your dream is, a lot of people look at you like, oh, why is he doing this? Why is he not going to party? And why is he not going to do this here? It's just like, I value my dream over a few drinks with the boys, going for dinner with this person or whatever. Because I feel like if I don't chase my dream, then next year, 2 years, 3 years time, I'll love to regret it. Going like, why did I not keep doing that? I could have been in this position in life. I could have been in this position. But for me, all I want to do is believe in my dream. And as long as I believe in my dream, then other people can see that. And hopefully one day then maybe I can achieve my dream. But I just gotta keep doing me and continuing the way I'm going. And hopefully one day my dream will be achieved. If not, I'm not going to be mad. I've had a fun time doing what I'm doing, and I always will have a fun time.
The chase continues.
That's it. The chase continues and never stops.
But yes, appreciate you on today, bro. Like I said,
Yeah.
guys, at the beginning of this video, this podcast is brought to you by Vandal Threads. If you haven't already, go check out Vandal Threads, VNDL, 5% off, or TDG5 for 5% off as well. All of your
Yes, sir.
gym and lounge wear. Go and check out all of our socials, all that sort of good stuff. T, you've been amazing. Anything you want to shout out before you leave?
Not really. Vandal Frez. Everything you just said. Repeating it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do it for him. Go check him out on stream. He's absolutely hilarious. He's got amazing content. Go check out his YouTube. All of his links will be down in the description below. His Twitter, I mean, that's on your own limits. I mean, you can figure that one out for yourself.
I mean, I just want to say, I used to be like my tweets used to go a bit overboard until one day someone who I respected texted me to say my tweets were disgusting. So now I've had to tone it down a little bit.
and even then, it's still a mouthful. But yeah, appreciate everyone else coming out today. Thank you so much, Giz. Penna, what's good, bro? Sorry I didn't see. I have the chat shut purely because obviously when I'm uploading this to YouTube, I won't see it. But yeah, T's here. Sandy, Cryptic, the sidekick to Mr. TD. I appreciate you guys. Go check out all the socials, and I'll be sure to catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out.